Welcome back in to the Scramble Drill Podcast. NFL Week 7 is on tap today. Ben Watts back in the studio with Landon Davis. We don't know where he went, but he's back again with us. We had to bring in Josh off the bench. That wasn't fun for anybody.
Hey, y'all did a good job last week. I did want to be on. I do dislike Josh greatly, but I did want to be on, all three of us at the same time. Didn't work out.
Some would say mortal enemies.
Y'all said some nice things about me, so I feel okay. I feel okay.
Yeah. Landon, how we doing? After week 7, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. Fantasy's doing pretty good. I was great in fantasy this week. I don't want to get too cocky. I don't want to get too cocky because you of all people know that doesn't work for me in fantasy.
It does not.
But things are getting back on. No. Things are getting back on track for me.
Yeah, fantasy's going okay. My Commanders, we'll talk about them. They may be done. I
don't know if my Falcons are good 7 weeks into the season.
I'm not in a great spot. But we're going to push through.
Yeah. All right. Let's just jump straight into the chaos of Week 7. Starting on Thursday night, a lot of people were calling for this. They were saying Joe Flacco's not going to beat the Green Bay Packers, but he is going to beat the Steelers. And if there's an NFL quarterback who knows the Steelers' defense, it would be Joe Flacco. He's played against them for 20 years. And by the way, he's never played with them. He's never played against the Steelers' defense with Jamar Chase. That is a big boost for somebody.
That change, as poker players would say, that changes the math a little bit when Jamar Chase is on the field. I mean, how about the combined age of the quarterbacks in this one? 81 years old. A combined 81 years old for these quarterbacks. Good for them. And yet 23 targets. I mean, that's really all you have to say. Like 20.
It's a big game when a running back gets 23 touches. That's a big deal. That's a big game.
23 targets, 16 catches. I mean, if you just target him enough, he's gonna win enough times that even if he's in like a disadvantageous position, he's gonna win enough to do something. Now it's not always gonna equate 33 points. Credit a lot of that to the Steelers defense, but if I know anything about Joe Flacco, and I think I do, Ben, I could have seen this coming a mile away. Comes in the first week, you only got a couple days, and he plays okay. Not great. Offense looks better. He's okay. Next week, he's electric. He is electric. I'm going to give him, he plays pretty good next week, and then it's over. Then the Bengals are just no more wins after that. That would be my prediction now. At this point in Joe Flacco's career, he's got a lot of Ryan Fitzpatrick in him, if you understand that reference. There's a lot of,
I do.
He comes in hot, and then you give it a few weeks, it's going to cool down. But, hey, I mean, good for them, good for the Bengals. They're at least having fun now, which they were not having 3 weeks ago.
No, I mean, that's about as well as you could have hoped for. I mean, 31 to 47, 342, 3 touchdowns, no
numbers
turnovers.
Are crazy.
Yeah, the numbers are crazy. Shout out to T. Higgins, who also got his in a game where Jamar Chase does what he did, which is impressive. And the big turning point was, I think the Bengals have been averaging 2.5 yards a carry. Well, Chase Brown had 108 yards on 11 carries. So that was also a gigantic deal that they could run the ball.
Yeah, and the Steelers have really struggled stopping the run this year. They've only had 1 or 2 good games on that front. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, do I think the Bengals are going on a run? I do not.
No.
But are they fun?
I don't trust Zach Taylor or the front office at all. At all. Zero trust.
No. And like I said, I trust Joe Flacco for 1, maybe 2 more weeks, and then everybody's going to figure him out. But yeah, I mean, good for them. They're having fun. They're flying high right now with the new the young legs of Joe Flacco. So
I mean, a little bit like college football. In a bad season, if you can still go out there and beat your rival once or twice, that still feels good. Like
feels good.
Carolina, Clemson, they're both having horrible years this year, but whichever one comes out on top of that game is going to feel okay.
It feel pretty good. So
yeah. Steelers side, do we have anything there?
Yeah, I mean this is an important loss. Now I know it's Thursday night. Was it in Cincinnati? Where was it? Yeah, it was at Cincinnati.
It was in Cincy.
On the road in division Thursday night. I mean, it's okay to lose those games, right? But when you look at how the Bengals have gone this year, and look, yeah, you say Flacco knows the Steelers. Well, that goes both ways. Mike Tomlin's played Joe Flacco a billion times and
it's true.
Cooked him. I mean, shredded that defense. This loss is going to come down. It's going to come back to bite the Steelers. I don't know if it's going to be seeding wise. I don't know if it's going to be wild card versus division. I think they still win the division probably as long as the Ravens don't just come on like gangbusters. But this is going to mean something at the end of the year for the Steelers. This loss.
I don't want to sit here and say and be one of those guys that like, oh, the Ravens are going to win out. I understand the issues with the Ravens, and they are a lot. But get Lamar Jackson back, okay? Obviously, we all know what he can do. It's a very favorable schedule for the Ravens. Am I saying they're going to win all those games? No. Like I said, they have a lot of problems. But a loss like this does keep the Ravens' window open, if that makes sense. Like, if they can go on a run, they can still win this division. Will they?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not, but it keeps the Ravens in it. All right. Let's go London. Jaguars, Rams.
Yep.
This was a blowout. We saw a little classic Devontae Adams, which I know you enjoy. You enjoy that very much.
He's one of my favorite players ever. But this game to me, you get this about once every 2 weeks. This was just a complete coaching execution. Like
yes.
McVay, Cohen was little bro. He was little bro the whole time. Like he had been on McVay's staff for years, and McVay had trained him up.
Cohen. I think Cohen will be good.
Yeah, comes from the coaching tree, right? And Cohen, I mean, the Jags are sitting here. They're having a really good season. They just recently beat the Chiefs. Like they're going to make the playoffs, I think. I think they're a playoff team. But McVay came out and just said, we are ready for everything. This was the worst. Let's talk Rams first. Yeah, I mean, they just came out and this is what it's supposed to look like. When you're facing a team that you think you're better than, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. And it just seemed like McVay had the answers to the test and Cohen was trying to play catch up all game.
Yeah. Defensively and offensively, and no Puka this
Both
game,
ways,
and they still were able to go out and do this.
Oh, didn't matter. And Stafford didn't throw for a ton of yards, but it was everything.
He threw for 180.
It was field position. It was, you don't have to throw when you're getting the ball in good field position. You don't have to throw that much. I mean, and they cashed in. When they got in the red zone, it was a touchdown. Like they were not settling for field goals, and it just seemed like they had the Jags number on defense as well. So this was to me, this was a McVay game more than any player on the Rams.
On the Jaguars side, I mean, Trevor Lawrence looked awful. I mean, he was missing throws, a lot of throws. Like, I think the Rams win this game regardless of what happens on either way. Because, like you said, they were out coaching them, but they missed some layups, man. They were missing stuff that could have at least made this game competitive, but it wasn't competitive because of these reasons.
Yeah, this was the worst first down offensive game I've seen all year, I think. I mean, they were awful on first down. It was like if they ran the ball for 2 yards, that was like the best first down play they had all game. It was penalties, and it was, 2nd and 20, 2nd and 15. It was awful. They were behind the eight ball
you go
that
penalty,
way.
sack, now it's 3rd and 20.
there were a bunch of first down or there was not a bunch, but a couple, and there were a bunch of first down penalties, and it's just like you're not gonna be able to overcome that, not with that young pass rush. And something weird, like it happened with 4 different receivers. Trevor threw the ball, and they weren't even looking at him. I don't know if it was like a decoy route. I don't know if he just released the ball before they were expecting it. But it happened with BTJ. It happened with Parker Washington. It happened with one of the tight ends. I saw it with De'Ambi Brown. Like, it was a constant thing. Like, Trevor's throwing the ball, and they're not looking at it. Now, is that on the receiver? Is that on Trevor? I don't know. There's one common denominator in all those things. It was just a weird game. I don't know. And something I noticed, I was sick this Sunday, so I actually stayed home from church. So I got to watch this game, and it was the first time I've watched the Jags game standalone when I wasn't watching another game or a baseball game. And
yeah,
so I was dialed in. I saw several times, it looks like Trevor, like he knew where he was going before the snap, right? And as soon as the ball was snapped, he's going there. And that's good, and you have to do that, and every quarterback does it. But when Trevor does it, the ball goes to the wrong spot. Like, it'll be obvious. He knows he's going here. Snap the ball. I'm going here. And that guy's covered. He's double covered. I'm like, Trevor, when you make that decision, the guy's supposed to be wide open. That's like a scheme play. I know he's going to be there. I know it's going to be this timing. And it was over and over where the guy was covered. And I'm like, what's going on? It was a really frustrating watch.
And it was like a comedy of errors too, because you would have that, and then even the times where he did have the guy, his ball placement just was not there. I mean, he'd miss ETN on swing passes where ETN probably gets 10, 15 yards, or missing Parker Washington on out routes where like it's a catch for 90% of the NFL, and you throw it at his feet or over his head. The only positive you can take from this game, I guess, is Travis Hunter had his breakout game, which is something they've been needing to do, is they get him more involved in the offense. He had 14 targets, 8 catches, 100 yards. Awesome game from him. And they're probably going to need more of it with BTJ banged up. I don't know how serious his injury is. And even he doesn't look great. Like, Trevor's missing him a lot, and it kind of feels a little bit like Marvin Harrison in Arizona, to where the quarterback and the receiver are the problem, if that makes sense. Like, he's dropping balls, the quarterback's missing him, they're not on the same page. It's a comedy of errors right now between those two. So
yeah, I don't know how that gets fixed. He's actually, I think BTJ's actually hurt. Like, not what happened in this game. I think he came into the season hurt. I haven't said that the whole time. They talked about a wrist injury going into the year, but then they were talking about on the broadcast how he hurt his shoulder in June. He was doing something in June and hurt his shoulder. And I looked it up, and it's the same shoulder he separated in college. And I think it's I think it's actually been bothering him, because he can't catch the ball. Like, I don't know he can't catch it, even when it's a good pass. So I think he's actually been hurt. And you saw at the end of the game, like, he left when the guy just kind of barely shoved his arm.
Yeah, I think it didn't look like a serious injury, and you see him on the ground, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, he landed on it at one point during the game, but I think he came into it. I think he's nursing it. And this is my understanding is it's the type of injury that you can play through at a lot of positions, but it's really tough for a receiver because you actually have to catch the ball. You have to hold your hands up and catch it. And it's something that can be surgically repaired, but he's probably just going to play through it until the season's over. I don't know.
I mean, don't know. If they're a competitive team right now, so it doesn't feel like one of those situations where, like, oh yeah, we can shut BTJ down for the year and go ahead and get him healthy for next year. Like, no, we need him. We need him right now.
Yeah, and so, lots of football players. I know baseball players that have had this injury surgically repaired and come back fine. So lots of football players do it, but I think he's really dealing with something. I haven't said that all year until I sat down and watched this whole game, but he looks hurt.
Yeah. Crazy. It's definitely something to pay attention to. Hopefully they can get this sorted. Let's move to the 1 o'clock window with a game I don't want to talk about at all, really, which would be the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. I don't know how McDaniel still has his job, but he does. Quinshawn looks great. I'm not taking anything from the Browns offense because they played the Miami defense in a monsoon.
Yeah.
Inclement weather
This
of
is
any kind, completely cripples the Dolphins. Even this doesn't rain, cold weather, nothing.
yeah. Let's talk about the Browns. That when that defense smells blood, it's over. I mean, it's absolutely
they're gonna kill
over.
you.
They're gonna kill you. I still don't think they have the offensive pieces. Now they scored 26 points in this one. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, when this defense can get after you, they can ruin the game. And they did. They absolutely ruined the game. Now can we talk about the Dolphins?
Yes, please.
I want to take some time here, and it's the last I want to talk about the Dolphins all year. Honestly. So, first off, just game-wise, the worst third down defense I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. The Browns were in 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 8, over and over and over, and they just kept picking them up. And I'm like, dude, they don't have good players. Dylan Gabriel is just throwing it all over to anybody. Their best player, Quinshon Judkins, when it's 3rd and 12, he's really not that much of a factor. He usually wasn't even on the field.
He's a downhill runner. He's not a receiver.
They were picking it up somehow. I don't know how they kept doing it. But Miami, man, you say when there's any inclement weather, they're done. That's so true. And I text this twice. I was so caught off guard by it Sunday. I texted in the group chat twice. There's not a quarterback in the league as limited physically as Tua. There's just not.
You were on that immediately.
He looks like he is. He can't move in the pocket at all. If there's pressure from any side, he's just going down. He can't get away from anybody. If his feet are not set firmly, dude, he has nothing on the ball. There is no zip on that ball unless he is firmly planted. If he has to throw off platform at all, oh my goodness, it's like the ball never gets to where it's supposed to go.
Like, I don't know if it's arm strength or what. Like, it feels like when he, like you said, when he sets it, he's got the lower body power to put zip on the ball, but like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert can be falling down and throw it 40 yards. If Tua's falling down, dude, it might get to the line of scrimmage.
Dude, I've seen it a lot where he's doing that. He's falling down. He's trying to throw it out of bounds, and it doesn't make it out of bounds. Like, he can't throw it to the sideline. It's insane. It is insane. And this is now. I think Purdy is better than him, but this is similar to how I feel about the Purdy situation. Mike McDaniel. This happened when
the difference is
decided
to
give Tua that contract.
And I'm not going to argue arm strength too, but Purdy can move.
Purdy can move, and he's got a stronger arm. He's got a stronger arm. He may not be more accurate. Good gosh, if I hear one more time somebody talk about how accurate Tua is in a 7-on-7 drill with no pass rush, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he can hit a quarter at whatever. When the pocket is collapsing, he is not. And I don't know where you go from here if you're Miami. I don't know how you give out that contract to a player that physically limited. Now, maybe he's a great processor. Maybe he's I don't know. Maybe, like I said, in indoor stadium with no pass rush, I bet he can hit a quarter anywhere. But my goodness, in the game, it is ugly, and it's going to cost Mike McDaniels his job. I don't know how he's still there, honestly. I thought for sure he would have been fired this Monday.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it last week. I feel like when maybe me and Josh talked about it, like, what do you think an advantage is to firing an NFL coach during the season? Like, I see it in college a lot because, it lets the recruits know. It lets, get you started in your coaching hiring process. That I don't feel like that really happens in the NFL. So, other than getting a 1 or 2 game boost, which usually happens, what's even the point of firing a guy midseason? Like, he's gone, but...
Well, NFL is, you got to think about the locker room as these are grown men. And they know when you're just placating to them, and they know this dude, he's not for this job. Like, they know that. And so I think it does build some morale. When the locker room's gone, and the locker room's gone, I mean, it seems to be gone. Tua's talking about people aren't showing up to meetings, and then people are coming back. Well, Tua's showing up late to meetings, and it's like, oh my goodness. the locker room's gone. So I think there is something to the GM and ownership being able to save face by saying, obviously, we see this wasn't the guy. We made a mistake. He's gone. We're getting somebody else next year. Maybe that means something, but as far as winning games, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, they're cooked.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not spend any more time on the Dolphins. We've said what we need to say.
No, I don't want to talk about them the rest of the year. Like, we'll mention.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whenever
no,
McDaniels
agree
gets
with you.
fired, we'll mention it.
I hope we don't have to talk about the Dolphins again.
No.
Okay. Another team. There were a lot of blowouts in the early window. I don't know if you noticed that. A lot of blowouts today in general. This week. Another blowout, and this one was not close. And maybe the most scary game for the rest of the NFL is the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-0. Rashee Rice
wasn't that close.
Rashee Rice
was not
comes
that
back,
close.
has 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes is back into MVP Patrick Mahomes form.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over for the Chargers.
Yeah.
It's over for the Bills. It's over for the... What right now, what needs to happen is the NFC needs to be preparing their contender.
Yeah, it's definitely over for the Chargers. I don't know if it's over for the Bills, but this is scary. I mean, the Raiders, let's keep in mind, they're really bad. The Raiders are really bad.
I was going to mention that. The Raiders are really bad. They were also playing without Jacoby Myers, without Brock Bowers. Max Crosby got hurt in this game. So they're basically rolling out nothing out there. So a lot of teams would have beat them really bad this week, but still.
Yeah, it's like you said, it was 31-0, and it wasn't that close. I mean, they could have beat them by 50 easy. So this was scary, man.
That just doesn't happen
they're
in
good.
the pros.
They're really, really good. I don't know how and they're about to face Washington probably without Jaden Daniels. So I don't, man. Beating this team in the playoffs is going to be something.
Heading into the Bills game in 2 weeks. Full speed heading into that game.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. So that's all we need to say. Mahomes is going to win the MVP.
Yeah.
If the season ended today, he wouldn't, but he's going to win it. If he stays healthy. So
we'll talk about Baker later. But I was arguing against y'all in the group chat like all day about Mahomes winning it, and then the Bucs did what they did. So yeah, I'll admit it now. He's going to walk away with this.
Yeah, he's going to win it. So.
All right. I don't want to say anything about the Raiders. Let's move on. Patriots, Titans. Revenge game for Mike Vrabel. Pretty
I didn't think
easy
about
revenge
that.
game. Pretty easy revenge game.
Again, I'll say it like I said with the Rams. This is what it's supposed to look like. You know, when you play a team like this. Like, it's the NFL. Slip-ups happen. You lose games like this all the time. So it's when a team comes out and puts it on one of these guys, it's just a good sign for a young team. So, yeah, they're just
impressive seeing Drake May 21-23. I don't really have any Titans takes. Do you?
No.
No.
Not at all.
All right, let's move on. Let's go. We don't need to spend much time here either. Panthers, Jets. Panthers win an ugly game against an ugly team.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
You guys talked about last week. Oh, how does Landon watch all these games? I tell you when I don't watch them. I did not watch this game. I'm very open about when I don't watch the game. Didn't watch.
I didn't watch this at all. Let's move on.
Nope.
If you want us to talk about this, DM us or leave a comment and we'll say something then. But I got nothing.
I'm sure we got a lot of Jets fans really wanting to hear our Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
tape.
they want to talk about it. Bears, Saints. The Bears are heating up. Have you noticed this? Kind of flying under the radar, heating up.
So they've won 4 in a row, and I think they've only played good once. They played good against Dallas. That's it. The rest of them, every game I come away with, I'm like, did the Bears play that good? And they've found a way to win, man. They're 4-2.
Something they've done the past 2 weeks that I want to note, and this is kind of a theme in the NFL in general. They're running the ball now.
Oh yeah,
They're running the ball very well.
DeAndre Swift,
and obviously that is a winning formula.
He looks kind of electric. Like he looks like he's got some burst right now. So good for them. I mean, like I said, 4-2 is 4-2. I do not think they played well. Caleb was this was his worst game all year probably. But you play the Saints at home and you can get away with some stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know who the Bears have next week. I didn't check that, but I would like to see the Bears do well.
The Chiefs.
Like I don't have
No, they play the Ravens. I'm sorry.
No.
Ravens.
I don't know
why
okay, so you got to win that one. You got to win that one. You can't be looking at how the Ravens have looked. You can't be the team that gets them back on track. So that'll be a fun one.
No.
But yeah, they've won 4 in a row.
Spencer Rattler has his. We've been saying this would happen eventually. He has a 3-pick game, a really bad game. We knew this was going to happen. I just want them to stick with him. Keep sticking with him. He's been fine up to this.
This was the Rattler
game. Yeah. Not all of them were bad picks. I think one was tipped for sure, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the NFL.
I watched it. He played bad. He made
great,
2 throws to Chris Olave, and other than that, he was bad. But
yeah,
so
I hate it for him. All right, Vikings Eagles. This was,
yeah.
I don't even know, dude. I don't know what to tell you about the Eagles. They're still not running the ball, but they did this last year where everybody was saying that Jalen Hurts can't throw. I still don't think he can, really, but he comes out and has a game like this.
He is allergic to throwing the ball like to mid-range throws, like 10 to 30 yards. He just won't do it. He's like, I will not do it, but he will throw it short, and when it's open up top, he will go up top. And he did it this game. He had a perfect passer rating. Perfect. 158.3. Yes, perfect passer rating. He was great. And yeah, I'm like you. I don't know. I watch him and I'm like, I think they should be up 30 in this game and they should be losing. I don't know how. Like, I don't understand their games at all. Their games make no sense, but they're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out in the NFC. They're going to win that division. They're going to walk away with it. And then so you're looking at definitely a top 4 seed, probably a top 2 or 3, and somebody's got to go to the link and beat them.
Yeah. I mean, it's concerning still that the running game is just absent, which is weird.
It is.
For this Eagles team.
It is concerning.
But
yeah.
It's a similar situation to the Chiefs, is when my biggest worry is Patrick Mahomes. When my biggest worry is a healthy Saquon Barkley, I still don't think I should be worried. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, we can figure out a way.
Yeah. Anything on the Vikings?
Yeah, this was Carson Wentz. I mean, look.
He's going to start again Thursday, they said.
If he just plays okay, they win. Like, they had chances. They had real chances to win. Carson gave the ball away. Did the Eagles have a defensive touchdown? They did, didn't they? They had a pick 6.
I believe they did.
Which, it's shocking how many defensive touchdowns they've scored. It's crazy. Like, they do it almost every week, it feels like. But, Wentz.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They didn't. Maybe they returned it really close to the end zone or something.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they did. Second quarter, they had a pick 6.
Okay.
I looked at it wrong.
Okay, I thought so. They had chances. There were a couple chances where, like, Jalen Hurts was sitting in the pocket on, like, 3rd and 11 for a long, long time, and they just could not get to him and get him on the ground. If they sack him on a couple of those, they might win the game, but they had chances. This one, I don't know. When Carson Wentz is your quarterback, he's going to make awesome plays, and he's going to throw the ball to the other team. You just got to be ready for it.
Yeah, he's going to make some crazy throw to Jordan Addison and then toss a layup to a corner. Yep. All right, we'll see what happens next week. I know they've already said Carson Wentz is starting. It's the easiest layup in the world to me to go get Kirk Cousins. It makes too much sense. Maybe that's why they haven't done it. He knows the system.
Yeah.
It's the same coach. He's healthy. He's available. Why? Why?
I don't know.
I don't get it. All right. Perhaps the best team in the NFL, and that feels like a shock to say. The Colts beat the Chargers 38-24. And it probably wasn't as close as the score indicates either, because the Chargers scored late.
It was not. No, it was not that close. This was a blowout.
This was a beatdown.
Yeah.
And this was one you could argue too that the Cardinals or the Colts haven't played a ridiculously tough schedule, which they haven't. But it's a team we all still think is good. A team that went out there and beat the Chiefs, if we will recall. And they just dog walked them in this game. Absolutely mauled them.
I'm still firmly in the Colts are not a Super Bowl threat. I'm in that camp right now, firmly.
They're going to the playoffs.
They play the Chiefs in a few weeks. If they are competitive in that game, they have to be in the conversation. I still won't think Daniel Jones is going to win a Super Bowl. I won't, no matter what happens. There's quite a bit of last year's Minnesota Vikings in this team to me to this point. But you have to at least put them in the conversation if they're competitive with the Chiefs in a few weeks. If we see them on even playing field, they are at Kansas City too. If that's a 3-point game, or if they somehow end up winning that game, you've got to at least say, like, hey, they're in the conversation.
Yeah. And again, I'm
these are
I'm with you that
throttlings.
I don't. Yeah, man, and I'm with you that I don't think Daniel Jones is by any means an MVP candidate or a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. But the Chiefs' defense is probably the most vulnerable it's been in 2 years, so I don't think it's completely out of the question that you go out there, see Jonathan Taylor have a good game, and if Daniel Jones can protect the ball, that they're at least really tight with the Chiefs.
Yeah. And so if they are, man, they got to be taken seriously. That offensive line is the best in the NFL. My goodness. They pushed the Chargers around. Jonathan Taylor is not getting touched till he's 8 yards downfield.
We said this the year he was like the RB1 in fantasy. It was the same thing. It was like, when the first person to touch him is the middle linebacker or the safety 10 yards down the field, you're gonna have a tough time that game.
Yeah, and that Joker, if he gets full speed, he's a problem. And he is getting full speed a lot right now. And you're seeing what's happening. I mean, he scored 11 touchdowns this year. 11 total touchdowns.
We're 7 games into the year.
7 games in, he's got 11 touchdowns. He's got three rushing touchdown games. 3 of them.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's completely ridiculous.
That is crazy.
Obviously, they won't
around,
win
man.
it. But I said this in the group chat, too, that he and Bijan at least deserve a mention in the MVP conversation to this point. I know they're not going to win it. Everybody knows neither one of them can win it. If Saquon didn't win it last year, nobody's going to. But at least they deserve a mention right now.
Yeah, him, Bijan, and maybe Chase is there, whoever else, maybe JSN. It's a good offensive player of the year right now. Like, it's gonna be tough to win it this year. Right now, it's him. But there's some really good contenders.
Yeah. On the Chargers side, I mean, where do you even want to begin? Obviously, the glaring issue is the offensive line. It is. I mean, Justin Herbert's getting mauled out there. Even on plays where he's not getting sacked, he's pressured, he's getting hit. He's the leading rusher in this game. Both running backs are hurt ahead of him, so it's Kamani Vidal basically doing nothing. I mean, it's great for fantasy having Justin Herbert throw the ball 55 times a game, but that's not a winning formula.
Yeah, and you could just tell Jim Harbaugh on the sideline, like, when the offensive line's the problem, there's just no answers. Like, you can't throw you can't hold on to the ball for 2 seconds every play. You just have to let plays develop, and Jim Harbaugh looks like he knows He can't do it. He can't run the ball. He can't let plays develop, and there's just no answers. It's a tough spot to be
And
right
Greg
now for the Chargers.
Greg
They've
Roman
got
is
their
a
work cut out for them
offensive coordinator
to make the
focus, already.
playoffs. They've got their
Oh, yeah.
work cut out for them to make the playoffs.
I mean, they're now tied with the Chiefs. That's not good.
Yeah,
That's not good. You had
I don't know.
They had an opportunity after that 3-0 start in the division to basically just play keep away with it. They really could do that. And now it's just quickly slipping away. And I don't know the path to it getting better soon either, because the offensive line is going to be bad, at least until Joe Alt gets back. And obviously they're not going to get, oh my gosh, his name just completely slipped my mind. The other tackle.
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, they're not going to get Rashawn Slater back all year. And I don't know when Marion Hampton's coming back. So it's a long road ahead for the Chargers.
Yeah. Also, the yellow jerseys were a crime. What are we doing?
I love even
Those
the
were a
announcers were saying, like, never wear those again. Never bring these
Okay,
back.
so I didn't listen to the sound. So the announcers were saying that. I was like, I'm hoping people are not liking these.
I heard an announcer say, never wear these again.
Dude, the Chargers, their white, light blue, and dark blue jerseys are all
And
clean.
I love,
we do not need to throw yellow.
the powder blue Chargers jerseys.
It's the
That's
best.
one of my favorite jerseys in the NFL.
It's the best.
This wasn't it. This was not it, guys.
No, not it. Not it.
All right. This was not a game I was expecting to be one we need to talk about. Was the Broncos and the Giants. Looked like a blowout at one point, and then I don't even have words for a 33-point fourth quarter. Has that ever happened in NFL history?
I don't know.
A 33-point fourth quarter?
Like you said, they had 0 points going into the fourth, and they scored 33. This was
at one point during the fourth quarter, they were down 26-8. With 10 minutes to go in the game, they were down 26-8.
Yeah, this was the most exciting quarter of football I've seen all year. I mean, this was crazy. Like, the last few minutes was crazy in this game. All I'll say is, like, give credit to the Broncos for winning the game, right? I mean, they put themselves in the position not scoring until the fourth quarter and all these things, but give them credit for winning the game. That being said, like, you can't do that. You can't play well enough to do that. It has to be a collapse from the team that's winning.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just play well enough to overcome that deficit with 10 minutes left. You know, it has to be something on the other side, and we got a lot of collapse on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of Broncos takes if we want to switch to the Giants. They had it in the bag, and we all saw it at the same time, and you were the one who texted the group chat. That pick from Jackson Dart, that was the turning point for me. Like, when that happened, that was when, things are going bad. Like, that is just a mistake that cannot happen. You can't do that at all. If that's an incomplete ball, if it falls at the feet, they win that game.
Yeah, if every drive ends in a punt, they win. Yeah, absolutely. The thing that always like people talk about, oh, he's a rookie. These are rookie mistakes. This is his third year in the NFL. Like, yeah, people do it in baseball too. It drives me crazy. It's like, yeah, but I remember learning that when I was in middle school playing quarterback. Like, you know, now maybe the defense fooled him, and that's a rookie mistake if you get fooled by the defense. Throwing a pick in that situation that's way before your rookie year in the NFL. You learn not to do that. So this was not good. And when a collapse like this happens, you look at coach and quarterback. So I'm sure it was we could go back and look through. I'm sure there's Brian Daboll mistakes. There's obviously Jackson Dart mistakes, but you know, you got a rookie quarterback. You can expect to lose games you're supposed to win, but this was a pretty exaggerated version of that.
Yeah, I mean, the The yardage and touchdowns look good for Jackson Dart. The completion percentage was terrible. I mean, he's 15 for 33, so less than 50%, which is not great. So people are going to say Jackson Dart was playing great, and he did, sort of. Sort of. He hit a lot of explosive plays, but it wasn't a great game from Jackson Dart.
In a way. Yeah, and it was clear to me in some of that 15 of 33 is they are really missing Malik Neighbors. Like,
yeah.
When he went
he's the best player on the
I
team.
was like, yeah. When he went down, I was like, oh man, this sucks for him. But like, is it that big of a deal for the Giants? Like, they're terrible. They're not going to win anything. But now, looking at it, Jackson Dart starting, playing well in big spot, like for big stretches at least. He misses him. He needs a guy who can just beat zone or man and be a menace after the catch. And like, that's a big loss for them this year as far as their team going forward, not just like this season, but just Jackson Dart development wise. That's a big loss for them.
I need to triple check this. I thought I saw somewhere where somebody said that Neighbors hasn't had his surgery yet.
I don't know.
He's beginning the. Yeah, in a few weeks he still hasn't had the surgery, which is it's weird to me that normally they do it pretty much instantaneously. So somebody was saying the injury was kind of worse than they thought it was, if that makes sense.
Oh,
which is why he hasn't been able to have it yet. I don't know the medical side of it, but you mentioned Neighbors, and I just thought that was interesting and something to keep track of. But
yeah.
I mean, I still feel okay if I'm a Giants fan. I know the Dable questions are going to be there, but I've seen the flashes to know that, hey, things could be really good when Malik Neighbors comes back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have anything else here, so let's switch to... Oh, look, the Cardinals managed to lose another close game.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's completely believable, but it's just unbelievable how consistent they are. They've lost 5 in a row by a combined 13 points. 13 points total. That's remarkable. Green Bay, though, dude, there's 3 or 4 teams where I have no idea how good they are, and they're one of them. Like the first 2 weeks, they were like getting close to Super Bowl favorites, and since then, it has just not been the same. Now, they only have 1 loss. They got 1 tie in a game they never should have tied. And I think they're 4-1-1. I just don't know how good they are. They look very similar to what they were last year at this point, which is just they're pretty good.
And part of the problem is they do have some injuries. I don't know when Christian Watson's going to come back. I don't know when Jaden Reed's going to come back. He's got a broken collarbone, which to me attributes to the Jordan Love issues, is because he likes to spread it around. And right now his passing pie is weirdly condensed to Tucker Kraft and Romeo Doubs, which is strange. You don't see that very often from him. So they're just offensively, they're just not right now. They're not able to stay on the field. Jordan Love doesn't really have he's never had a guy, but I guess the lack of weapons is lost a lot of trust for him. So I think they'll be okay. I think they will figure it out, but it is a weird time for the Packers.
Yeah.
Anything on the Cardinals?
I don't really have anything now, other than that they've lost 5 in a row by a combined 13
When you lose
points.
these close
That's
games,
crazy.
Do they fire Gannon? Is like he going to be gone at some point? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a feel of how the fan base is. I don't know where the locker room is. I don't know how the Cardinals are feeling about Gannon, but I'd love to get an offensive head coach over there. That's just my
It's also incredibly frustrating seeing Jacoby Brissett play better than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't know what happened to Kyler. He's regressed. I don't know. But
yeah. Battlefield 6 came out. Maybe that's part of the problem.
That's got something to do with it.
That's a big deal. All right. I know you don't want to talk about this one, but let's go Commanders, Cowboys.
Oh no.
Cowboys roll
You're
in this
wrong
one.
about that.
What?
I do
Oh,
want
you
to
do
talk
want to
about
talk
this
about
one.
this. Okay. Well, let's get into it. Dak looked great. Javonte looked great. Welcome back, CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens is good. All around, it's the same stuff we knew about the Dallas. Their offense is great. Their defense is, at best, mediocre. That's it. That's playing at its best is mediocre.
Yeah, this offense is elite. Like, this is one of the best offenses in the NFL, period.
This is Cincinnati last year.
Yeah, and I don't think they're good enough. I mean, their ceiling is a wild card and maybe get an upset on the road in the first round, maybe. I think that's their ceiling. Like, I don't think, look, they're 3-3-1, right? Not right, 3-3-1. Yeah, they're 3-3-1. Yeah, I don't think they're good enough. They have a chance at a wild card. I don't think they have a chance at the division, but that offense is special, man. Like, really special. And George Pickens has made himself so much money this year. So much money.
Oh, yeah. Stay healthy, and he's going to get a monster contract somewhere. But in the games they win, they score 37 or more points. That's the only way they win games, is they have to score 37. And they've scored 40 in a game and not won. They tied the Packers at 40 points. Yeah. So that's just going to be the storyline of their entire season.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about Jaden Daniels' injury? It looked ugly, and then he was able to walk off the field, which is good. But y'all got to figure out a way to keep that man healthy. I need him.
Yeah, it's hamstring. Nothing about the timeline. But Washington, this is pretty well over. Like, they're 3-4 right now. So you think to make the playoffs in the NFC, you're not making it at 9-8. You're gonna have to win 10 games. Period. You got to go 10-7. I think 10-7 will still do it, even though the NFC is really good. So at 3-4, you got to go 7-3.
And
you're about to play the Chiefs on. You're playing the Chiefs on Monday night, probably without Jaden Daniels. That doesn't feel like a win to me. And then we've got Detroit, we've got Seattle still, we've got Philadelphia twice.
That's your next three games.
Denver,
Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions is your next three.
Next three
juggernauts at this point.
And we've got Denver and Philadelphia twice.
Vikings
to finish the season. Like
Philly twice, and the Vikings are not an easy out either.
No, you got to go 7-3.
The only game I look on
to
here
make
and
the playoffs
say is a guaranteed win is the Dolphins.
Miami. Yeah,
every other game you can lose.
Yeah. No, this is for sure. If you said what are the chances Washington makes the playoffs, I would say like 3 to 5%, somewhere in there. Like,
wow.
And this is just how the season's gone. It's a combination
if you promise me Jaden is healthy, I think it'd be higher than that. But his health has been a problem this year.
Maybe, but even when he's healthy, like this week, who's he throwing to? Robbie Anderson is getting almost as many targets as anybody else on the team. Chosen Anderson and number 19, I can't even remember his name, Chris something. It was just, he doesn't have anybody to throw to, and they could not run the ball on first down. Could not run the ball on first down. It was 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10 every time. And then he was playing not great, but he's playing okay. And I've just said that too many times this year. Even when he's been healthy, I've just said Jaden wasn't great too many times for this roster. It's an old roster and not a great roster. Like, they went out, they get Laremy Tunsil, they bring in Debo, they bring in some of these veterans, but it's still not a good roster. He's got to be Superman, and he hasn't been, and he's gotten injured. So, along with other injuries we've suffered, right? So, this has just been a disaster. Looking forward, I don't know really where they go. They don't have a lot of bad contracts, so that's good. They don't have any really. They don't really have any bad contracts, but they also don't have any good players. So I just don't know. I don't know what the next steps are for them. You got him on his rookie deal. You'd like to see something happen in the next 3 years or so, but it's very possible that last year was as far as we get to go while he's on his rookie contract. Very possible.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to put some pieces around him. You got to.
Yeah, and it's just
I mean,
just going to have to be
I think
draft
Debo and Terry are good,
'cause-
but even they're not enough, and obviously they're not healthy.
Yeah, and we've traded a lot of draft capital, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with trading draft capital to bring in Laremy Tunsil. Like, that's good with me. But when you do that, you got to hit on the draft picks you have, and you've got to be confident in the rest of your team because you're not bringing in 8, 9 players a year. You're bringing in 5 or 6 players a year in the draft. So I don't know. We'll see. They don't have any bad contracts, so that's kind of their saving grace right now. But they got to find talent somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to my team.
Yeah.
Another miserable game. I guess we'll talk about the 49ers first. I don't want to talk about this game at all, but
yeah.
49ers prime CMC is if you have Christian McCaffrey and a bunch of straw men, then Kyle Shanahan will win a game. It does not matter. It doesn't.
So in this one, do you know the name of y'all's offensive coordinator?
That is Zach Robinson.
Okay. So I've talked
I
about
think
it.
he's a
for weeks
McVay
now.
guy, believe it or not. He's from McVay's system.
Yeah, we've talked about it for weeks now. Kyle Shanahan. To me, in this game, you saw such a clear, like, what Kyle Shanahan brings to the table. Because I think Bijan is either a top 3 back in the league, and I think McCaffrey's a top 5 or 6 back in the league. Like, these are elite players just on their own, if they were on any offense, right? And I think you saw in this game, like, there were times in this game where both defenses knew the ball is going to Bijan or CMC. The ball's going to them. We just got to stop it. And Kyle was able to figure out ways to get him in space, get him open. And Atlanta just wasn't able to do it with Bijan as much. And I just saw such a clear distinction between Kyle Shanahan and everyone else when you know what is coming. They don't have any receivers. I can't even tell you who was playing receiver for them this week. Mac Jones is looking a lot like Mac Jones at this point. And my
George Kittle played and didn't even catch a pass.
George Kittle didn't catch a pass. You know the ball is going to McCaffrey, and somehow there's a screen and no one touches him for 12 yards. And you're like, everyone knew he was getting the ball, and no one stops him. And it's remarkable the way he's able to do it. And Bijan was good. He wasn't super efficient. He was still very impressive, missed tackles, all that stuff. But McCaffrey was just wide open. And I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And this was another, to me, Kyle Shanahan getting around the players he had on the field to win a game.
Yeah. There's nothing I can add to that to make it any better. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the league. The top 2. I mean, it's him and Reed.
I don't ever remember a play caller that could get something open even though you know it's coming like he can. Like, when everyone knows CMC's getting the ball, he does it in some way where it's still, I don't know. He's
It's frustrating on, like, third downs. I mean, like, it's 3rd and 7.
Yes.
Okay, I know there's going to be some sort of pass to McCaffrey. Why is 3 players not on him? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. He's open.
I don't know how.
There he is. 6 yards.
He figures
Guaranteed.
out.
Bam.
He puts stress on your defense in a ways where you have to allot guys to different areas of the field and figures out a way. He's amazing.
It's unreal. All right. I don't know if Atlanta's good. I don't trust Penix. I don't trust him at all. I know he's in his second year, still feels like a rookie, but you draw the Tua comparison sometimes where it just feels like he just can't quite make that for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think he's better than Tua.
I mean, yeah,
I think
he's definitely better than Tua. Don't get me wrong, but
he's
it's
definitely
just,
more physically gifted.
It's the frustration sometimes of just why.
What this game looked like to me a little bit, and this is I see where you're going with the Tua thing. It looked like Atlanta is battling not trusting Penix. Like, it seems like that's a real battle with the play calling, because I don't know. It just feels like they don't fully trust him. They don't want to hand the full keys over, just let him loose. And when you do that, it makes you predictable. Like, they know, the defense knows they're going to try to get the ball to Bijan 2 times. Every 4 downs, Bijan's going to try to get it twice. Like, when he's on the field, he's going to get the ball twice. And it just limits their playmakers. It makes Bijan predictable, and then you're not getting London like involved like you should. I don't know. It just seems
London
like
has
there's
10
something there
targets.
where they don't want to.
I mean, even Kyle Pitts has a sneakily great game.
This was
Something
his
you
best
don't
game.
expect. Yeah, he was
This
good.
was his best
He
game.
was really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know what to think. I mean, the defense is good. Best defense we've had in years. Love that. I love Jeff Ulbrich. Keep him around as long as you can. He's a good defensive coordinator, but we got to figure out something offensively. I mean, you can't go out there. I mean, we almost beat the Bucks. You put it to the Vikings, and then you lose 30-0 to the Panthers. Then you play really well against Washington. You dominate the Bills more or less, and then you come out and struggle to put 10 points on the 49ers, who have everyone injured. It feels like the same old Falcons to me, where they give you hope and then they take it away, and then they give you hope and then they take it away. I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's 2 Monday night games, and then we'll close out of here. I don't have a. We'll go Texans Seahawks first, just because this is one of the ones I did not watch all of this game. I watched like through the end of midway through the second quarter, turned it off, went to bed.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
All
Eastern
I've got
is
do what?
10 o'clock Eastern is crazy.
Yeah, stop that. I don't like that at all.
Crazy.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, you mentioned him earlier, is in the player of the year or offensive player of the year conversation. For sure.
He is. He is.
For sure.
He is. You don't want to know my takeaway from this game?
I'm listening. I mean, it's got to be Texans based. That's all I can think of.
No, it's Seahawks based. They can't be taken seriously. The Seahawks are not a serious contender. I mean,
I don't feel like they are. I think they're a good team.
They cannot be taken serious. Sam Darnold made some mistakes in this game that disqualify you from being a contender. I mean, he threw. Let me look. I've got my notes here. He took a strip sack in the end zone when they were up double digits on a team that can't move the ball. Sam, what are you doing? You can't take a strip sack there. He threw a pick up 15 with 8 minutes left on first down. On first down, he threw a pick up 15 with 8 minutes left. And then he almost took a safety with less than 5 minutes left, up 15. He almost snapped the ball from the 10-yard line or something and almost took a safety. Sam. I can't take them serious. After seeing that, and they rolled. This game was not as close as the final score, but those mistakes, I just can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I did not know much on the Seahawks in those situations because I didn't pay as much attention. I did see Cooper
went
Kupp
back and
throw
watched it
a pick,
this
which
morning.
was weird.
Yeah, that's another thing. What are we doing?
Why?
Stop letting your receivers throw picks. If it is not wide open, you throw it in the second row. If it is not wide open, I don't know.
You're not fitting it in a window, Cooper Kupp. I'm sorry. Much as I like Cooper Kupp, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
The Texans are bad.
They've got nothing
Bad.
to
Just-
go
they're
to
just
offensively.
They're just bad.
They've got nothing to go to offensively. Nothing at all. Like there was a moment in this game where they had a 3rd and 1, ran Woody Marks to the left, stuffed in the backfield. Then it was 4th and 2, same play, stuffed in the backfield. Like they don't have a pitch to go to. They just don't have anything. So yeah, ain't no way they're making the playoffs. No way.
No, not with that offensive line. Nico Collins gets banged up, has a concussion. They're just the CJ Stroud fall off is going to be studied one day. All right.
Yeah.
The other Monday night game, Lions, Tampa, MVP candidate Baker Mayfield versus possibly the best team in the NFC, the Lions. A lot of injuries on both sides. The entire Lions secondary was out, either with suspensions by Brian Branch or by injury. The entire secondary was all backups. And they just played one of the better games you will ever see with all backups.
Yeah.
I could
don't
not
like
think
to
of the name of the defensive coordinator, but he was like the linebacker coach last year. That was a good hire. That's a good promote from the inside.
Yeah, I don't like to overreact to one game, but I think this game showed me they're the best team in the NFC. Like I think this was a statement win. And they actually got a little unlucky early. Like they had I'm trying to think what happened. Like they didn't pick up a 4th down. They had a strip sack of Jared Goff early, and they just did not let the game get away from them and just dominated it, really. I mean, every facet of the game. They were.
I was impressed, too.
I think they're the best team in the NFC.
I do, too. I think we blew their downfall a little bit out of proportion early in the year when they lost to the Packers. No, that was one game for them. They're going to be okay. I was really impressed with Dan Campbell, especially late in the game when he calls those challenges and hits it and he gets the spot. Like, hey, I think this guy's short. Throws the challenge, gets it, nailing it every time with the coaching decisions. Was extremely impressive to me with Dan Campbell. Obviously, they're gutsy calls, but that is what Dan Campbell lives and breathes by, is gutsy calls. It's hard not to root for MCDC. And also, Jahmyr Gibbs is incredibly fast. Jahmyr Gibbs is so fast.
He is incredible. Yeah, he's incredible. I mean, their weapons on offense are just stupid. I mean, yeah. They're a lot of fun.
On the Tampa side, obviously down a lot of receivers, a lot of offensive linemen, still no Bucky Irving. You lose Mike Evans early in this game with a concussion and a broken collarbone, so his season is probably done. It's just hard to keep overcoming all these injuries, especially when you're playing a team that's better than you anyway.
Yeah, they looked really hurt to me. Like they looked like, and obviously they were hurt, but everything looked off. Every single thing looked off. Even Ibuka, I know Ibuka played, but he did not look as explosive. Like he looked like he was like, he looked like he was
not supposed to play this game up until like Saturday. Saturday was when they're like, hey, Ibuka might play.
Yeah, I don't know why he played. They were not able to get anything going. Again, against a completely decimated secondary. Baker was not able to get anything going. I don't know. It's one game. You're on the road on Monday night against Detroit. What do you want me to say? Like this this could easily be the NFC Championship game. Easily.
I don't want to read too much into it, like you said, with the injuries, going up against a good team. And a good team that I want to give credit to, like I said, to their coordinator and their secondary, played awesome. Best,
they did.
As good as you'll see a secondary play. That's how well they played.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we got for the games. I wanted to take a couple minutes and just we don't know as much about defense. Obviously, we're fantasy players at heart. But NFL trade deadline is coming up, Landon. Have you thought any on some guys you could see getting moved at the deadline? I got a few names. I didn't know if you had any.
Yeah, throw yours out there. Throw your names out there. I just don't want to say the same guys.
I put 5 guys. I think
Okay.
Calvin, my most likely guys to get moved. I see Calvin Ridley and Jacoby Myers easily getting moved. I would say those guys are likely to get moved. And then 3 guys, I think it's possible. Some of it actually makes sense. Less likely, but I would like to see him moved. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, I think Hall definitely. I think Waddle could. I actually don't think Waddle's extremely likely because he's got a pretty big contract. And if I'm Miami, like with Tyreek Hill going down, I don't think I'd want to move him. Walker's a weird one because I feel like obviously they don't use him like he could be used, but they're in contention. Like they're not going to be trading their players is the reason I don't think he's going to get traded. I could also see Olave. He has not gotten extended. Now there's been reporting that they're trying to work something out, but I could see him getting traded as well. And one I think that could a trade that I think will happen. Okay, I haven't heard anything about this, but it just makes too much sense to me. I could easily see Debo going back to San Francisco. He would be cheap. He would fit right in. You're injured all over the place, and it's 1 year. I could definitely see Debo
You think
going
Washington
back.
just throws in the towel if that's the case? If they trade him back?
Oh, yeah, that would be a throwing in of the towel, yeah. But, I mean, if they lose to the Chiefs next week, they're 3-5. You got to go 7-2 with that schedule. Like,
I think we for sure, and it wouldn't be a game changer move. It would be kind of the same as when they traded for Amari Cooper last year. But I would bet money that either Jacoby Myers or Calvin Ridley is a Buffalo Bill. They got to get some weapons around Josh Allen.
See, if I was them, I would want to go with Olave if he was available. I would be more interested in that. I know he's got the injury history, but he plays the most like Stephon Diggs of probably anyone like I've seen. Like he reminds me a lot of Diggs in his prime. You know, I think Diggs in his prime was better than Olave, but who knows? Maybe he goes to Buffalo and lights the world on fire. I think that makes more sense for them, but
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some names to keep an eye on. Some guys that I would like to see all of these guys get moved. Not all of them are impact. I would love to see Breece Hall go somewhere, and it makes sense. He's in a contract year there, 0-7. Please trade him to Washington or somebody like that.
Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker to Kansas City would feed families.
Would it though?
That would feed families.
It would be concerning to me.
Yes.
Because it would be the same thing of you get a good running back, but I don't necessarily want the Chiefs running back because it's so Patrick Mahomes focused.
No, I've seen Kareem Hunt nearly lead the league in touchdowns when Mahomes was going off. I just don't think the guys they have are good. I think Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker there, they would actually be able to run the ball, and it would be explosive.
I'd like to see it, but it scares me as a Breece Hall owner to have him go out there and put up some yards and then see the touchdowns go to Rashee Rice. But maybe it will.
Yeah, people forget before Kareem Hunt kicked that girl and closed that casino, Mahomes was going off and he was scoring all the touchdowns. Like
it's true.
Kareem was a beast back then.
And a young Kareem Hunt plays similar football to a young Breece Hall now.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens. That's all I got for today. Landon, anything else you want to add before we hop out of here?
Nope. That's it. How long have we gone? What time do you have?
We're at 1:09. Nailed it.
Okay, so mine's right this time. Last time mine was wrong. I thought we got out of here in an hour and it was like 1:20 or something, but what's my goal? 1:10?
We were right on schedule this time.
We did it. We
got there. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one, week 8. Until next time.